Hi my beautiful fellow queens, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who is new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So today I'm going to do a tutorial about red or pink eyeshadows because I actually have been asked recently to do that, and this is what this is gonna be. And to create this look I've been using this one, which is also a first impression because this is the first time that I have used this palette, and it looks like this. It's the Huda Beauty Ruby Obsessions palette. It just recently came into my possession and it is really pretty, and I thought this is the perfect opportunity to just show you how to work with all of these kinds of red colors, and that's what's the result. So if you like that, then just keep on watching. And I know that Huda Beauty has been involved in drama, and I personally make the decision that I'm not getting involved in drama. So a lot of YouTubers have banned Huda Beauty for the time being from their channels. I'm not getting involved in this, okay? So so that's just my decision, except there are two brands that will not be shown on my channel, and I'm going to be very open about this because that I'm taking personally, and that is Kat Von D and that is Jeffree Star, because both of them are openly anti-Semitic and I take that personally. That is an insult to me and to everybody, honestly. So these two people, unless they really do repent, will never ever have an appearance on my channel. But besides that, I'm not getting involved in any drama. I use Morphe, I use Huda, I use whatever I feel like using, and that's just what it is. Okay, so today we use this beautiful palette, and if you're interested in how I created that look, then just keep on watching. Okay, we are all zoomed in, and I guess we're just gonna start with my tutorial. So this is weird because I have not been able previously to really work like this, so wow. Alright, so first of all I want to go in with this very light shade, usually to set just this part here under my eyebrows. I use a shade that is very close to my skin tone, but for the purpose of using more shades here in order to, you know, get a first impression of what they are all about, I'm going to use this one because it is sort of light enough for me, and I'm just going to place that here, just like one line under my eyebrows, because it makes the blending upward later, it makes it much easier, and I love that. I've primed my eyelids with the MAC Prep and Prime eyeshadow primer, and actually because I have two spots like right here that look like freckles, but I think it is more age related than freckles because I never had freckles there. So I have started to just spot treat those spots with the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre, and because this gives me coverage, and the MAC Prep and Prime is translucent, so that doesn't do anything for me if I want to cover something. You have to let me know if this angle is good. We're still working on the lighting and everything, so we shall see. We're just learning as we go along, but for now this is how we're gonna do it. Okay, I think this is good enough for now. Oh, by the way, I'm not the kind of girl, wait, we have too much light from here, right? Do we have too much light from here? Let me just get rid of a bit of it. I think that's better. I'm not the kind of YouTuber that zooms in like crazy and just flying. Why are there flies in the middle of the winter? They should be dead by now. Anyway, I'm not the kind of YouTuber who zooms in like crazy and just shows you like a part of the eye, because I do believe that the whole connection to the whole face is super important, and it doesn't make any sense for me to just extract one part of the makeup, because the overall look is way more important in my opinion. So so that's why I'm zoomed in, but not too much, so you can still see sort of the overall picture. So now when you look at the palette, you could go so many ways, and I was thinking of doing a classic smoky eye, which would be all the attention on the lid with the darkest color and then just smoking it upwards. But I do think I want to go a little bit lighter and maybe come at some other point back to this palette and then show you like a different look with this one. So I think what I'm going to do today, this one is really, really speaking to me. And I think I'm going to use the coral also, and obviously this darkest shade here, because I need to smoke it out with that. So let's just see how inspiration hits us. Alright, so first of all, I think I'm going to do something that I usually don't do. No, that's wrong. It depends. So usually I don't put down a transition shade, or I don't put down the obvious transition shade. But I think today, for a tutorial, I think it makes sense to do that, because I think most of you would maybe recreate it that way. Okay, so first of all, I used this on the very top here, and now I think I'm going to use this one. And on a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to place it right underneath that, and then we're going to work our way down towards the more pigmented colors. And let's see, because I really do believe that probably most people would work with a transition shade, because it makes the work much easier. Let's face it. I personally don't do it that much, and I have sparkles on my face, and I don't know why. I don't do it that much because working with stronger colors, you don't really have transition shades. Or the other day, actually, I used a dark blue as a transition shade. So I'm not very traditional when it comes to that, but for the sake of showing you something that maybe you could recreate even for a, I don't know, everyday look or for whatever, then I think that would be helpful for you. Okay, so I'm blending out this coral kind of a shade into the sort of skin tone shade that we put down up here, and just fluffing it out towards the top. Okay, once you have the feeling that you have gotten enough, pigmentation on your face, of course you can also take this much lighter, but I did want it to be seen. I'm not, obviously, not very much into this no makeup looks personally, and because I'm walking around like this, so I want to have a little bit more impact. So I built up this coral color, and now I think I'm going to take this one a little bit below the coral towards the crease and just build up my crease. And for that, I'm going to take a little bit of a tiny, not a tiny, a bit of a smaller brush like this. And because I don't know about these shadows, I don't know how they react, I'm just going to dab it off a little bit and just start slowly, because I don't want to ruin what we have accomplished already. And I'm just going to drag that along my crease line. So when I'm filming from this angle, it's actually not so good, because you will always see this spot where I have a scar, and it could be that looks really, really patchy to you. Like every single time I'm doing a tutorial, or any look for that matter, it could very well be that it looks patchy to you, but that is really because I have a scar there when I fell from the changing table when I was a baby. So thank you, Mom. That is impacting my career now, but yeah, so that's what it is. It's not the eyeshadow, it's my scar. Yeah, it's sticking to the scar. Like always, all of my eyeshadows always stick there, or they don't pigment this area. I don't know, it's either this or that. But you know what? I'm sure some of you have scars too, so it's just, it's real. This is life, and that's what we have to deal with. And it doesn't help me to show you stuff that I'm not a perfect person, you know, so I think it really just helps you if I show you that I have scars and that I have age spots and that I have pimples and, you know, like everybody else. I'm going to take this first brush again that I used for the coral shade, and I'm just going to slightly dab a little bit more of the coral above the matte red. I don't know if it is a real red, but maybe not. But I'm just going to dab on a little bit more here. So now we can actually go in and do something about the lid space, and that is my favorite part of the whole thing because I love working with the shimmeries, and that's, you know me. If you're not new here, you know me, okay? So we have basically these 5 shimmers, and I wish there would be a shimmer, just one that is a little bit more light, because this here, it is sort of light, but I wish I could have a little bit something even lighter than that, but we don't. So I think for today, what am I doing? I don't know. Let's just check how these look. So this is what I do, you know, when I don't know what I'm doing. I just do like tiny little swatches just for myself, and then I hold them next to my face and see how they look, you know, combined with my look. So I think honestly I was gonna go for this or that, but now that I have seen them next to my skin, I'm gonna go for this in the inner corner, and then I think I'm gonna go I'm going to blend it into this one and then into this one and smoke it out with this one. So that's the plan. Obviously we have a very limited lid space, so we have to be like really precise, but we'll give it our best shot. I'm gonna start from the inner corner out, and I'm actually going to take a brush that looks like that. It's very, very firm and it's sort of rounded, because when you're applying the shimmer in a very small area, it will give you the benefit of being really precise with the edges. So I'm going to take this shimmer right now. It's very irritating that there are no shade names. That's not my preference, and I really do think that for Huda Beauty, that is expensive, you know, it's expensive makeup and it's good makeup, but I think shade names should be included in the price. Okay, I am, as always, spraying my brush. And by the way, I'm using my own homemade setting spray, which I'm going to show you one day how to do that, because it is so much cheaper. It's so crazy what people pay for setting sprays, and I'm doing my own, and it costs like 5% of what you would pay in a store. So if you're interested, let me know, because I could make a video on that, you know. If you are someone who uses a lot of setting spray, and the palette keeps closing on me, it's like a very strong magnet. So if you're like me and you're using a lot of setting spray, then that might be you know, interesting to you. So now I'm going to go into this shade here in the middle and packing it on my brush. Then I will spray my brush and we'll see how they look together. Well, this shade is really pretty. It's really, really pretty. Though I think if we continue this way, there will be not enough depth in the look. So I might end up, once we're smoking out the eye with that dark red, this one, which I wish would be a little bit darker, I might drag that a little bit more in the crease in order to make a separation between the lid space and the upper space. Okay, because otherwise the colors are very, very similar. There is not a huge range of colors from light to dark, and it might be too too much of the same. So we shall see. As far as a first impression goes, I'm really happy about how they apply and how they blend. English. And about their colors themselves. They're really pretty. So we're working our way towards the outer V. So now I'm going to just use this next shade that I told you, this one. I'm going to pick up this one with my brush. And also, like, I'm applying all of them with this flat, firm shader brush. And then later on, once I've sort of outlined where they're supposed to be, I can still go in with my finger or even with this end of the brush, which is a little bit more fluffy, but still quite firm, and back it up. But these apply really nice, so I don't even think that it's going to be necessary. What I really like about this whole look is actually that this color here that we put in the middle of the shimmers is a cool toned color, which looks so cool, between this one that is more corally and this one that is warm toned. So that is amazing. Maybe I should zoom in more. I don't know, you have to let me know if you see this. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Okay, so my first impression of those shimmers, and I'm almost done applying them, so I guess I can give my first judgment, is that they're really pretty. Obviously, the colors are amazing. The coral one and the cool toned one apply really nicely. This one, I think, needs a bit of extra help. It is buildable and it's okay, but it needs a bit of a help. So it takes a little bit more time to apply. My eyelids are so textured. Am I getting old? They are so textured, and those are not really even shimmers that show up the texture a lot. I have other shimmers where I really feel like there's no help, but I don't know why. I should have discovered colorful makeup much earlier in my life in order to get years and years out of this. Now I feel like, no, I don't want to tone down. I don't want to. Even if I'm almost 40, I will not. I will not. Okay, so I think we have the shimmers in place. Let me just check the gradient that everything is okay. I think it is. And now I'm going to take a firm brush. Which one should I choose? I'm going to take a firm brush that already previously has been used for a for a red shade, so that's why it is a little bit stained. And I'm going to press this eyeshadow in the outer corner, and I mean really press. No sweeping, okay? Just pressing. And you cannot do that with a brush like this. Yes, you can stamp on, but the area you will cover is much bigger, and you want to be really precise here. And I even have compared to maybe other people, I have quite a bit of lid space, but if you are working on a smaller area because of the way your eye is built, then you have to be careful. You have to use smaller brushes and stiffer brushes. So I'm placing it like this, and while I'm placing it, but just by stamping, I'm already blending it out a tiny little bit. And as I said before, excuse me, I want to drag this darkest shade a tiny little bit more into the crease to make a bit of a separation, maybe like halfway. something like that. And then I'm taking my crease brush that I used to put down this shade here, and I swipe it off, swipe it clean, and then I'm just going to blend out this last dark red shade a little bit more. And if you're not so successful in doing that, then what you can always do is you go in to the next lighter shade, which was this one. You put that on the brush, dab it off a little bit, and then just stamp that lighter shade over the border of that darker one. No sweeping, just stamping, and maybe maximum have like small circular motions. I switched brushes, and I'm going to use now a brush that looks like this. It is a little bit more fluffy, but it is still not too big. And this is how I'm going to now work the edges here. And I'm dipping it into this darkest shade, but not too much, or like dab it off. And then I'm just going to press it in like small circular motions, like this. Da-da, like that. Da-da. I should have some music playing. I have to, maybe when you see this there's music playing, I have to maybe try to find something. I actually have been trying to find something, but there is nothing that I like. Everything is either too boring or too electric. I don't know. I don't like this kind of, like, I want something that's lovely. You remember Sonia? Sonia was on my channel in September, and we did this fun makeup for my Tribal Stone series. And she actually, later on, she sent me a link to a video on YouTube about the song from, well, what was it? The Rolling Stones? Was it the Rolling Stones? Sonia, I don't know. I have to check. It was She Comes in Colors, or She's Like a Rainbow, and I love that song. I love that song, but you cannot get this royalty free, and I just cannot afford to pay like $50 a month just for intro music. I can't. But this song would be so perfect for me, so perfect. And I'm still so thankful, Sonia, that you pointed this one out to me, because in a perfect world, that would be my song. Totally. So I think we're doing pretty well. I kept the dark shade pretty much on the outer half, and here I still have this shade and a bit of this one. So we have a nice focus on the outer part. And now we're going to do the lower lash line. So what shall we do, my ladies? Should it be sparkly or should it be matte? What would you prefer? I think what we could do is we could have something shimmery on the inner half and then smoke it out with this same dark red shade. Or with a different one. What should we do? For the sake of using as many shadows as possible, I'm going to do something that I usually do not do. And I think I'm going to use this one, because I haven't used that. That's like a real red shimmer at the inner half, and maybe this one at the outer half. And I have no idea how this one, whoa, this is like really okay. So but then we basically, I think, have used all the shadows, so that's amazing. I'm doing really well here. Just be aware of the fact that if you are really wrinkly down here, and I'm starting to be, the wrinkles will show up more if you use shimmery shades. Okay, just be warned. And yeah, so that's just what it is. But I personally, you know, I just can't care. I just have to live my life, and I'm aging, so that's what it is, you know. That's just what it is. For my waterline, I'm going to use a metallic, it's sort of, for me, it's skin color metallic. It doesn't have a name. It's from what is it? From Pupa. Now I'm taking a brush that is exactly like the brush that I used in the very beginning. That is very, very firm and stiff, because I want this line here to be thin, like right under my lashes, you know, right there. So I'm going to start with the lighter shade, and that we said was the red one here. I'm going to spray my brush, because the color payoff with the first brush was not what I liked. I wanted a little bit stronger. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm dragging it sort of halfway, maybe a little bit more. This palette keeps closing on me. I don't know. Has a mind of its own. Now I'm just rubbing off that brush, and I'm going to use this shade now. And this is, there is a lot of black content, and I don't know, it's really hard to describe. Spraying my brush again. That's a bit of a scary moment, because I don't want to ruin this look, because I'm overall pretty pleased. And now I'm just going to place it here in the outer third, let's say, and try to blend it into the red. Like right now it looks like this shade, the last one that I'm applying here, doesn't belong in the look. But I'm pretty confident that once the eyeliner is on and the mascara and the lashes, you know, once we have more dark content in the look itself, it will all fall into place. Let's just take a somewhat more fluffy brush. Not too fluffy, and it's best if it is not all around like a round bun, but like a flat kind of a one. Fluffy brush. And then I'm just dragging it underneath those shades here and just blend them like this. And what you can also do is just to drag it down like this. So you blend them into each other first, and then drag them downwards like this. Another way of doing it is also you can use one color all the way and then use the next lighter color and blend it out with this one, and you get a gradient like from up towards down, and now we get a gradient from the inside towards the outside. Okay. My first impression before I go off camera and finish this look, and then I'm going to come back and show you how it looks. Okay, the mattes are really, really good. I used all of them, obviously, as you saw, and I really, really liked how they worked, how they blended, how they built up everything. The shimmers are a different story. I really liked this one. And I really liked the one in the middle. This one didn't work so well, this one didn't work so well, and this is just a very weird color. Which I think is a shame, because it could have been like a very dark but warm purple. That would have been much better. Why didn't they ask me? Overall, I think the shadows are working okay. But for the shimmers, I think for most of them, you do need spray. I think so. So let's just finish off that look, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how it looks. Huh? What are we thinking? Lashes are on, eyeliner is on, I applied some highlighter, I took some lipstick, which is from Smashbox. You have it all in the description box down below. So this is the finished look. Let me just zoom you out a little bit, if I can figure this out. There we go. So you can remove the mirror and you can actually see me. So that's how it looks. What do you think? Okay, so no, wait. I also added a inner corner highlight, and I just used this one here, the pink one from the Revolution Ultra Cool Glow highlighter palette. I think overall it turned out really, really nice. I mean, I don't think you would you would necessarily think that I used a total of 9 shades to create this. Of course you can tone it down, you know, but I just wanted to show you how to work with pinks and with reds, and I think it is really, really nice. So let me know if you like this. Anyhow, well, I've spoken already about my impression about this. The mattes, as I said, are very, very nice, and some of the, like these 2 shimmers, I really love. They're really pretty. The other ones need help, but you can work them. It's not like they don't work. So I think we did really well. So if you like this kind of a tutorial, then please let me know, and stick around. If you're not subscribed yet, then please like and subscribe if you feel like it. And I just hope that you come back next time for my next video on my channel. And up until then, go ahead and sparkle, this time in Ruby Obsessions, and have a very wonderful day or a very good evening whenever you see this. And up until next time, hugs and kisses. Bye.